back, and guess what I found? The ignition coil is cracked from here, and what's happening is every time there's power going through,
What's up guys, welcome back to another video. Today we have a Dodge Ram 2010 1500 5.7 Hemi. Customer stated that he was driving the car on the highway and the car just shut off on him and wouldn't restart. He got it towed in here, and the first thing I do as usual is plug in my scanner and retrieve all the codes. The codes I had at that time were P0688, which is ASD main sense circuit, and I also had cylinder 7 MISFIRE. So the first thing I did is check all the fuses, and fuse number 50 was popped. Went ahead, replaced it. The second you turn the ignition on, it pops right away. These are the amount of fuses that I've replaced on the car because I was diagnosing the vehicle, so I had to keep putting fuses, and I have about 10 fuses here. So what I did, I went on my Pro Demand schematics, fuse number 50, and I followed and seen what circuits run under that fuse. So let's go inside, pull up Pro Demand, fuse 50, and see what that does.
Alright, so we're inside right now on the desktop, and we have Pro Demand open. As you can see here, fuse 50, 25 amp. If we follow that fuse all the way, it goes to the first page, which brings me to ignition coil 3. Now keep in mind, this is tied up with ignition coil 5, 1, fuel 4, fuel injector 3, fuel injector 1, and also ties up with all the other ignitions and fuel injectors. So we have a short on one of these circuits that could be triggering that fuse. So now what we're going to do is go to the vehicle, check the harness, make sure nothing is shorted together, and take it from there. So I went ahead and I opened up the tape from the harness, visually inspected, made sure there is no short or wires tied up together or even touching the ground or anything cut. Everything seemed fine. And then I remembered there was a code for cylinder 7 MISFIRE. So I went ahead and I pulled up the ignition coil pack, and guess what I found? The ignition coil is cracked from here, and what's happening is every time there's power going through the coil, it's leaking and it's touching the engine because of how the coil is being seated on the engine. It's leaking from here and shorting itself. So that's the issue, and the fuse number 50 is located right here beside the small relay. And previously, every time I put a new fuse, it keeps popping, but now that I have the ignition coil disconnected, I'm not having that fuse pop anymore. So we definitely found the issue. It's a cracked ignition coil. And in your case, if you have P0688 along with any MISFIRE code, make sure you check the coil pack to make sure it's not cracked. I hope this video helps, guys, and I will see you guys next time.